Okay, there we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Popping the Popcorn. I'm your host, Katie, and today's another episode of Creators Corner with Sledgehammer Horror. How are you guys doing tonight?
We're doing good.
Yeah, doing really good. Been excited for this all day.
Yeah.
Me too. Thank you guys for coming on. I really appreciate that.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Oh, you're welcome. We have Val in the chat. Hey, Val.
Hey,
What's going on, Val?
Hey, Cal.
Hey, Cal.
Hey, what's up, Cal?
Val and Cal.
Hey, Echo.
Echo.
Hello.
What's up, Echo?
Hello.
Hey, Russell. How are you doing?
Hey, Russell.
What's up, Russ? How you doing, buddy?
And he's saying hi to us. Everybody's saying
Nice to
hi.
see you, buddy.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. So how was your day? You guys have a good day so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I worked.
I cleaned.
Then we took our daughters for a walk. And went to the playground for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Came home and had dinner, watched some football. Our Lions played Thursday, so I didn't get to watch the Lions today, but
Right.
still got to watch a little bit of football.
My fiance was watching the Dolphins game, so
Okay.
Man, Tua was killing it.
yeah, he was. He just
Yeah,
said
he
Tua
looked
was
good.
killing it, Mark. Mark said, yeah, he was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, Rob.
What's
Welcome.
up, Rob?
And Val saying the Packers won today, too.
Jordan
Ooh.
Love looked real good. That made me nervous. Like, how the hell do they draft a great quarterback? How do you go from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers and then to this Jordan Love kid? He looks so good. I'm like, like nothing
Mhm.
against you, Van. I know that you're a big Packers fan, but obviously as a Lions fan, it's hard for me to root for the Packers. But I'll root for them for
Right.
your sake. God, this webcam sucks. But man, like I don't get it. I don't get how they're able to do that because it's like that is great
Mhm.
scouting. Like I said, Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers to Jordan Love, what he looked like today. If he keeps that up, he's gonna be just as good. It's ridiculous.
Right. Yeah, I
Ashley's like,
agree.
yeah, football.
Yeah.
Mark was watching it. I didn't get a chance to watch it because I was just out here just chilling watching a different movie because I don't really watch.
Ash isn't a football fan. Unless my son is playing, she's
Mhm.
like, yeah, whatever.
Pretty much.
Right? That's how it goes sometimes, you know? So what made you guys start your YouTube channel?
Well, I mean, you pretty much started it, so
Yeah.
I kind of just like
It all started with my first horror movie, like doing that with
Mhm.
people because I grew up in a mom and pop video store. My mom and dad and grandma and grandpa owned a mom and pop video store called Downtown Video.
Mhm.
And horror was just always like the thing that I gravitate. I love cinema in general. Like I'm a huge cinema junkie.
mhm.
And some of
Like-
my favorite movies aren't even horror movies.
Yeah.
I think Back to the Future is my favorite movie of all time. I think Pee-wee's Big Adventure is the most perfect movie ever made.
Notebook is in
The
its top
Notebook
5.
is phenomenal. Like
Mhm.
people think I'm kidding when I say that. I could watch The Notebook over and over. That movie is a masterpiece of cinema. Like
Mhm.
it's a great love story.
He showed that to me.
Yeah.
Like, he showed
When
me
we got
the
together.
Notebook, yeah.
The cinematography of that movie is just so well done. Like
Yeah.
it's such a
Mhm.
well-made movie. But you know, when the
The
pandemic happened,
yeah.
Ashley was like, "Man, I didn't realize how much I don't like you. Like, you need to get a hobby."
That's not true.
And-
I was
Right.
just like, we're in this little house for 24 hours a day.
and we were watching a lot of YouTube. You know, like we were doing a lot of streaming,
Right.
watching a lot of YouTube, and You know, some of the people that are huge influences on me, like
Mhm.
Cody Leach, Dead Meat, you know,
Mhm.
these people that I'm watching, I'm like, I would really like to do something like this, but interview people in the process. And
Right.
I was pitching around these ideas, and my first horror movie idea came up, and Ashely was like, do that. That sounds awesome. And I was so nervous about it. I was like, I don't know. I don't think people, you know, want to learn.
Mhm.
And the first person I really reached out to was Josh Eppard, the drummer from Coheed and Cambria. And he was like, yeah, dude, that's awesome. I'd love to do it.
Mhm.
And that kind of gave me the confidence, and we've made a lot of amazing friends along the
Mhm.
way. And then Ashely was coming to me, hey, what's up? Ashely
Just
was,
to kind of expand it, to kind of give you more segments.
yeah, she was like, well, we should do these segments. And she came up with Didn't See That Coming, was the first one. And I was like, that's
Mhm.
so dope. I would love to do that, but I'll only do it if you do it with me. And she was like, no,
Yeah,
I'm
no.
not.
I really didn't want to be in front of the camera. I'm more of the introvert of the relationship, and I didn't want to be in front of the camera. I didn't want to really like talk to other people because I get so nervous.
Right.
And so I was like, no, then don't do them. Okay,
Mhm.
just do my first horror movie. And he kind of coaxed me into doing it. And
Didn't See That Coming, my favorite thing to do,
yeah.
honestly.
And as more that I'm in front of the camera, the more comfortable I get with it.
And it's funny because
Right.
like now Sledgehammer Horror is like me doing my first horror movie, and then Ashely and I do Didn't See That Coming versus and In Defense Of together.
Yeah.
And then Ashely does all our movie reviews. You know, so like we each have our own niche. Like I do the My First Horror Movie interviews, she does all the movie reviews, and then we do all the things that we do together as a team.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's really healthy to do it that way, so that way like we each get our own time of Sledgehammer Horror, but we also do a lot together. So it's really nice to be able to do that, you know, to be able to work together, because Ashely does a lot more for Sledgehammer Horror than I do.
That's not true.
It's
not true.
It's true. Everything that we do with Sledgehammer Horror, she writes. Versus, she writes. Didn't See That Coming. She writes.
I do the Didn't See That Coming, but versus that is a shared. That's shared.
I edit and I talk,
which is hard. Editing is a lot.
It is. It's a lot of work. But like if you watch our episodes, like, and you see like us doing that, you can't like, I can't explain it, because like I don't ever. Ashely is the brains of the operation, but she's a Rob Zombie hater.
Forgive me though, right?
Hi, Dice. Welcome.
Hey, Dice.
Hey, Dice.
I love them. Hey, what's up, Val?
Yeah.
She's with Ashely. She doesn't like the Rob Zombie
back.
ones. I'm a Rob Zombie hater. You know what? I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Like, hey, what's up, Kyle?
Hey, Kyle.
Come on, man. Halloween 3 is fantastic. For me, like I hated the Rob Zombie's 2007 Halloween because I had only seen the director's cut. When we watched the theatrical version, I liked it a lot. I would actually
liked it a lot. Or
I liked it a lot. I would say that I'm a fan of Rob Zombie's Halloween. I like Rob Zombie's Halloween.
You know a guy.
Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, not so much. But
I like the
I
first
really
one.
do like.
The first one's my favorite.
Yeah, I like that one.
The second one, that music video.
I didn't like the
Dead
second
Mom
one.
and White Horses.
Yeah.
That's
didn't
the
like the
Rob
second one.
Zombiest movie I've ever seen.
It's definitely more Rob
But I
Zombie.
also
Because
like
they gave him the
1,000
ring.
Corpses too. I like that one too.
Oh, really? I don't know. I just can't get into Rob Zombie stuff.
Nah.
I have respect for him, but
yeah, it's just like I feel like for Rob Zombie, like I feel for like the band Kiss, like it's not for me, but it's got a huge audience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's just how it is. So
Right.
Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 isn't even in my bottom 5 of the franchise. Like
Me neither.
yeah, I mean I've come around a little bit on Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. I still wouldn't say I'm a fan. But it's like it's a Jason movie with Michael Myers. So like it's a Friday the 13th.
I hate it so
That's
much.
what it is. It's a Friday the 13th movie with Michael Myers. Like it's such a like go watch that movie again. And every time you see Michael, picture him as Jason, and that movie makes so much more sense.
Right.
Like so much more sense.
I agree with you.
He ruined my Halloween the shape. I feel that because that's how I felt when I watched The American Werewolf in Paris.
Yeah.
I didn't like that one. I liked American Werewolf in London, but I didn't like that the American.
We just met.
Paris.
I can't think of his name.
I have. Do we have the picture?
Yeah, we have our picture of him. David Naughton.
David Naughton. Yeah.
Yeah, we just got our
Oh, that's awesome.
David Naughton.
He's such a sweet
Oh,
man.
he's such an amazing guy.
Yeah.
It was really an honor to get to meet him.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
true,
awesome.
Matt. I could see that. At least there wasn't any of the SA stuff.
Yeah.
See, I don't like Paris. Like, I
Right.
don't like it. I don't know.
Mhm.
It's just not.
I know,
it's not
Val. I know you don't like Rob Zombie. I know. I love
I think the
teasing
first
her.
Rob Zombie Halloween is the only thing he's ever done that I've really enjoyed. Honestly, we even tried to watch his Monsters movie, and I was miserable.
it was so
I did not like that.
boring.
No.
Like I was
Don't get me
excited
started
for
on that
it.
Monsters movie. That's why I never reviewed.
Yeah, we didn't either.
No. Like
Mhm.
I was excited to watch it because I liked the monsters, and
Yeah.
Me
it
too.
bored me to tears.
I grew up with the Monsters as a kid, like watching the black and white versions of them as a kid. I think it was on like a Nick at Night or something. I used to watch it.
Yeah.
You know, that was
And
fun.
I loved the Monsters growing up. So for them,
Me too.
Mhm.
you know, and I heard Rob Zombie was doing it. I was like, oh gosh, here we go.
Right.
But I mean, like, what I can say is it didn't remind me of a Rob Zombie
Yeah,
movie.
it wasn't very Rob Zombie-ish.
Like, he definitely went out of his way to make it.
Like
Hey,
tone it
Nathan.
down and
Yeah.
not be so.
Hey, Nate, thanks for stopping in for a little bit, man. I know you can't stay long. Nathan's about to be watching the Cowboys game. Big
Enjoy
Cowboys
the
guy, so
Cowboys
he'll
game.
be doing that.
Go-
But
Go Cowboys.
yeah, thanks
I'm
for
up-
stopping in, brother. I appreciate you stopping in for a minute.
Hey, Nathan.
Yeah, thank you, Nathan. I appreciate it. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up, guys, because it helps out the channel a lot.
It really does.
Yes, it does.
Make sure if this is your first time here, make sure that you are not only hitting the thumbs up, but you're subscribing to the channel as well.
Mhm.
Popping the Popcorn is so close to hitting that 1,000 mark.
Yes.
So
Get her there.
we need to get her there.
Yes.
I'm trying.
I like your intro though.
Thank
looked
you.
dope.
That was really cool.
That was sick.
Well, you know that intro actually, you know what it is, because I just learned how to edit the other day. You know what that is actually? It's actually a whole bunch of GIFs together, or GIFs, or however people call
yeah.
it.
Yeah. What did
Thank
you
you so much, Charles.
Hey,
Thank you.
what's
Hey,
up, Charles? It's funny. What do you use to edit?
I use Canva
Okay.
because I don't know, because I've tried editing software and I don't get how to do it. I just can't do it, so I just use Canva. I used to just do all my videos in one take, but now since I learned how to use Canva, I just use that, and you can go in there and you can edit yourself. Like, you know how I say a lot or something like that, so you can edit that part out and stuff
Oh.
like that. And that's how I made it.
That's awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny because like you go back and like you watch like the first video you ever did, and then like you watch your newer videos, and you're like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking when I started this?
Like you cringe.
yeah, you cringe
Right.
watching it. Like that's how I feel. Like when I go back and watch
Like,
like the early
I tell people when they ask, hey, how like first time YouTuber and they want to get into YouTube, I tell them it's trial and error basically.
Oh, yeah.
I've said I'm still learning, and I've been on YouTube for 2 years and I'm still learning, almost 2
Mhm.
years.
Mhm.
Next month will
Yep.
be 2 years.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Congrats.
Thank you. So I tell people it's trial and error.
Mhm.
I'm learning every day. So
Well, and I always tell people like if you want to create a YouTube channel to try to make a lot of money, you're not going to succeed.
No.
Right.
YouTube is about, it's just like, you know, we do acting, Ashely and I, and, you know, we send off our reels and stuff and we hear way more no's than we hear yeses. We've been lucky to be in a couple different films.
and
we're
y'all
actually
made a film, didn't you?
Huh?
Y'all made a film too, right?
We did. We
Mhm.
did. Home is Where the Haunt Is. And we're actually scripting our next film, which is tentatively titled Ludlow. It's already written. It's been written for a couple years. We're just doing the scripting part of it now. It's a sequel to the original Pet Sematary.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
It happens 27 years after the events of the OG Pet Sematary. It's a fan film about that. So, what got y'all into horror? House, 1986, and Ghostbusters.
House. Actually,
Pet
you know,
Sematary, enough.
That's why we were doing a Pet Sematary fan film.
Yeah.
Because that was Ashley's first horror movie, and we want to pay a loving tribute to a movie that means a lot to both of us. And what I will say about our Pet Sematary fan film, you learn a lot more about the Wendigo and what happens to the pets when they become after, or pets or people that are buried, why they come back.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I don't want to say too much.
Yeah.
But the town of Ludlow has a deal with the Wendigo.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why they haven't tried to get, push over the Pet Cemetery. That's why they didn't try to get rid of the Pet Cemetery, because in order for the Wendigo not to attack the town, the children keep the Wendigo fed. So like it's going to be, it's going to be something deep like that. So, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's the basic outline and everything is written, but we're just in the scripting phase now. Like we've storyboarded out, we've done all that. Now we're in the scripting phase. We're hoping to have it finished in the next year, with filming and everything. It's an exciting time to do that.
I can't wait to check it out when it comes out. Let me know. I will promote that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll do a review on it just for you guys.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
We'd love that.
And then Val saying, what got you two started on YouTube? You guys touched on it earlier, but I don't think she heard you. So
Ashley was annoyed with me bothering her during the pandemic, and good friends of mine that I look up to, Cody Leach, Dead Meat, James and Chelsea, Michigan people too. Just watching them, and I've always been a horror fan. I grew up in a video store. My mom and dad owned a mom and pop video store.
It's kind of like the only thing that we really agree on.
Yeah. Our first date was to see War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise. Like our first date was a horror movie.
Right.
So kind of horror.
I saw that movie in the movie theater too.
Really.
Yeah.
Because that's something that we've always had in common.
Sure.
I saw that movie in the movie theater. That was a good one.
Where is it? I didn't bring it up there.
Then where'd you put it?
I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna help find Cuppy. I'll be right back.
It's right there.
Oh,
no problem.
Right there. There's Cuppy. All right, can you take it upstairs? Love you.
No problem.
So Ashley and I have always connected on horror. We have our own other passions. Like Ashley's a big dancer and she likes clubbing and doing stuff like that.
I am not a big dancer. You're such a
lie. Bullshit. She's you want to know her secret talent that she never talks about and never shows anybody, and it pisses me off. She's one of the best artists I've ever seen. Don't do it. Don't do the modesty thing. Don't do it. Listen, we were gonna be Ghostbusters for Halloween one year, and she was like, "Okay, well, let me see if I can throw something together." And I literally walk outside, and she free-handed this big ass Slimer, and it looked spot on. It's just hanging on my garage. I was like, "Where'd you get that?" She's like, "I just made it." Like, you just made it? What do you mean you just made it? That's amazing. She's just a phenomenal artist, and I wish she would put more time into it, but she's so modest about it. I'm not that good. I'm like, bullshit. My stick figures have uneven legs. What do you mean you're not that good?
I'm not good like that, but I'm very good with writing. I can write, but I'm not very good with that sort of thing, like drawing.
Yeah.
I feel the same way you do. I've always written, whether it was stories, music,
you're
movies.
really good at making.
Yep, me too.
If I could sing, I'd be.
You can sing.
Not well.
Cal saying, question, being an introvert can be hard. Do you struggle with it, or do you want to do this?
I do struggle with it still. I get very anxious at times, nervous still, but I feel like the more I do it, the more comfortable I get with it. Yeah. So, but I do struggle with it.
And it's one of those things where when she was, first starting it, the nerves, were always shot. And Ashley is the type of person that can't see the forest through the trees. She's always her worst critic. And I'm always telling her, you're so good. Just let it, when people wanted to see Ashley start reviewing movies, I was like, that's dynamite. I would love that, because.
And I redid them 1,000 times.
She did.
Because,
she does a great job.
I beat myself up about it.
You do a great job. We're our own worst critic.
Yeah.
You do a great
job.
It
bums me out because I'm such a big fan. Hey, Nick. I'm such a big fan of Ashley. She's my wife, but I'm always telling people, the biggest pet peeve of mine, and the two things that really bother me is when people are oh, Sledgehammer Horror, what's up, Ken? Like, no, Sledgehammer Horror is Ken and Ashley. It's not just Ken.
Yeah, I always say that to
Yeah,
both of them.
Yeah.
I always
absolutely.
say
And
hi.
then, like I said, our friends, they
Yeah,
know
yeah.
what Ashley does, and the other thing
Mhm.
that really bothers me is when people are like, oh, when you first started, it was just you, but then your wife pushed her way on the channel. I'm like, I forced my wife on the channel, like, because
Right.
I'm such a fan of her writing, and I didn't want her
Hey,
to be
Prop
doing
Master.
all this work. Hey, what's up, Pat Master? I did not want her to be doing all this work behind the scenes without getting the recognition she deserved. She's
Mhm.
writing these episodes, and she's, do you have a copy of a script here on you? Is the book down there? Or is it still in the
Cal
car?
saying Ken is madly in love with his soulmate and keep what y'all doing. Yes, it does. It shows.
Aw.
Oh, I love her to death. Like, she's my best friend. But when
Mhm.
Ashley writes a script, like we just wrote the script for Frailty, the Didn't See That Coming episode of Frailty.
I have it on
It's
my
like
phone.
28
Mhm.
pages, the script. And I don't read over it. I literally, we go,
Right.
we put it on the teleprompter. I read it as we go. Like,
Oh,
that's
this
all we
is
do.
Autopsy of Jane Doe.
Oh,
Mhm.
Autopsy of Jane Doe is another one. That one, the editing was just that was ridiculous.
Yeah, you had a lot of work on that one.
That was one that I was not. If I never see that movie again, I'll be happy.
Thanks,
Right.
Russell.
And then Ken and Ashley both are awesome people, and everyone
Thanks,
who was
buddy.
awesome here. Oh, thank you, Russell. You're awesome too. Y'all are sweet as hell. I knew
We love
Dice
you
was
too,
gonna say
Dice.
something like that. I knew she was gonna
Di-
say something like that. I
Well,
love
Dice
Dice.
is
She's
another
so funny.
person. They're somebody that we've been friends with for a couple years now.
Yeah.
That has been just like a huge part of our lives. Like, I don't think a week's
Mhm.
gone by that we haven't talked to Dice.
Mm-mm.
And they've introduced
Mhm.
us to like the Frighteners,
Yeah.
Phantom
Oh,
of
that's a good one.
Paradise, like just all these amazing films that we have a great time every
You
time we're with Dice. Like,
I was gonna
they're
say
one of
you
the people.
actually introduced me to House. Remember when I asked you, "Hey, what's a good movie to review?" and you told me to review House, and I sent you the
Mhm.
review and linked your channel down below.
Yeah. It was my first horror movie. Like, and it's funny because I always feel like you gravitate in your horror life to kind of what your first horror movie was, and I'm more into supernatural horror. Ashley's
I like
first horror movie is Pet
supernatural horror.
Cemetery, so
Yeah.
she's into that. You know what I mean? Like, what
But
a
my
way.
first introduction, because my older brother's 10 years older than me, was
Mhm.
Freddy. His favorite was Freddy and The Crow, but The Crow technically is not really horror. I say it's dark,
Oh,
but
I don't know.
I would totally.
I would say The Crow's a
yes,
horror movie.
for sure.
a lot of people tell me no, that is not.
But that's what I love about horror.
Horror's what you make it.
Right. I mean, think about that movie. The woman gets beaten and raped.
Yeah.
He gets thrown out of the window and killed. A crow brings him back to life, like as a vigilante to go. Like, there's so much horror in that movie.
And just like the darkness
Mhm.
of it.
And that movie takes place in.
Where does it take place in? I don't know. Oh, it does in Detroit?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, The Frighteners. Yeah, it's good. I watched that for the first time a few months ago, and I never seen it before, and it was really good.
Well, see, like I said, Dice introduced us to that, and like Dice was like, "Hey, I love this movie, The Frighteners," and we bought it that night. Like, we literally like okay, and we bought it and we watched it, and we were just so in love with it. Like, thank you so much, Dice. Like, we loved it. I mean, like I said, Back to the Future is my favorite movie. So
I love Back to the Future. I just don't like the third one. Third one is not my favorite.
You sound like her.
Yeah. That Western.
Yeah. No. Why?
But what you're saying is like, it's I mean, it takes place on Devil's Night. That's how I realized it was a Detroit thing.
Yeah.
It's Michigan because Devil's Night is when the crow happens. I'm like,
I didn't even think of that because I just assume that everybody does Devil's Night.
No,
and they don't. That's a Michigan thing.
Terminator 1 is a slasher.
We don't do that in Florida.
See?
Yeah.
It's only Michigan.
I guess when growing up, I just thought that everybody did that.
Yeah, but I will say, Cal, that the first Terminator is a slasher film. 100%.
Yeah.
He wears a mask to cover his identity. He goes in the phone book and looks up every Sarah Connor to kill him and make sure. You're thinking Chris Conley. You're thinking Chris Conley saves the day.
Yeah.
So it's just like I will fight to the death that the Terminator, the Predator, and Alien are all horror films.
Yeah.
All
right. And if y'all haven't subbed to Sledgehammer Horror, please sub to him as well. Them as well. They're amazing people, and they do live streams every week, and they do movie reviews over there. So go follow them. I'll just say I have to my copy of The Crow myself, horror shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Crow's on our horror shelf, 100%. And it's just one of those movies that, like, those moments, like when he touches him, when he touches the guy from Ghostbusters, and he's like, "You stayed with her till the last minute." Like, that scene always scared me as a kid. Or like moments that made you genuinely sad because they were so dark. Like, it can't rain all the time, Eric. And she looks and he's gone.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. The tone, I get, yeah.
And
The
I haven't
and the
I haven't
Door
seen that one.
The Wraith is good.
I've not seen that one.
Have you seen The Nun 2 yet?
What was that?
Have you seen The Nun 2 yet?
No, I haven't even seen the first one.
Yeah, you're really.
Did y'all like it? Did y'all see it?
Yeah, we seen it. We were there.
Yeah, we were there.
Did you like it? I've heard mixed reviews on it.
I'm not going to get too deep because it's brand new.
Say it was better than the first one.
Yes.
But that's really not saying much.
I gave it 2 out of 5.
The first one was bad.
One positive I will say, and this is not a spoiler. I'm not going to spoil anything because it's a brand new movie. It has the best kill in the Conjuring franchise. The best kill of the whole Conjuring franchise is in The Nun 2, in my opinion. It took me by surprise how graphic this kill was. I was like, damn, that was awesome. The Conjuring's not really known for the kills. Right. There's very few kills in the whole Conjuring universe. But this one was brutal.
I haven't even seen the last Conjuring movie.
I loved it. I know that got a lot of hate. My boy Nathan hated it. But I loved The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, because it's a love story. What are your thoughts on the People Under the Stairs?
People Under the Stairs, Jordan Peele's remaking it.
What's your opinion on People Under the Stairs, Ashley?
That's my favorite horror movie, actually.
I've never seen it.
It's so good.
It's phenomenal.
I love a horror movie with a message, but it's a horror movie first. And there's just so many scary aspects of that movie.
I would go as far as to say some of the scariest villains of any horror movie are
I think real life villains are scarier than like a slasher or like something that could actually happen. Like, that's scarier to me.
I'm just gonna throw it out there. No, was Nun 2 better than none of the? I would watch every single one of the Insidious movies before I'd watch the Nun 2. Hey, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
The most awesome scene of The Crow was when Brandon squeezed. Yeah, it was. And then Val saying, "Leave people under the stairs alone."
My thing is, like, if anybody's gonna do the People Under the Stairs and do it well, I think it would be Jordan Peele.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's going to depend on
casting.
The casting. They're gonna have to cast Fool. They're gonna have to get
Fool has to be perfect casting.
Yeah, and Mommy and Daddy, like, they have it's
like, who do you cast that's gonna be better than who played Mommy and Daddy? Like, they were perfect.
I don't know.
Like, they are the perfect villains.
They are.
Hey, Jason.
Hey, what's up, Jason?
Hey, Jason.
But yeah, The People Under the Stairs is one of those movies. What, sweetie? Go get it. The People Under the Stairs is just one of those movies that is so dark, but the social message, like, it's like about how do I say this without spoiling anything? Like, class. It's like a class movie. How, like, the upper class looks at the lower class and what they'll do to keep making their money.
To keep them down.
Yeah, to keep them up and the lower class down. Wes Craven, again, the way that he would nail a social message is just absolutely amazing. See, I agree. Ashley and I have always been in the same boat. Horror is what you make it. Like, what makes a movie a horror movie? Oh, it's got to have blood and guts. That's not true. ER has that. It's got to have death. Well, Bambi has that. It has to have jump scares. Pee-wee's Big Adventure, the large March jump scare, is one of the best jump scares of all time.
I agree with you.
It's not a horror movie. So, like, what makes a horror movie a horror movie? It has to scare you. Again, I've seen plenty of the end of the Batman. What was it? 1986, 1985 Batman with Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
Where he's laying on the ground and the camera's coming down and ha. That scared me more than, like, a lot of horror movies did. So horror is just like how it affects you. That's what makes it a horror movie.
The Wizard of Oz scared the crap out of me with the monkeys.
Yeah.
I've called The Wizard of Oz a horror movie. The monkeys, like, that's terrifying. The Wicked,
Wicked
Witch
of the West.
she's terrifying when she
Yeah.
sets a scarecrow on fire.
Right.
Or, I'm gonna
That scared
get you, my pretty.
Yeah, it's a fever dream. Like the
Um,
whole movie's terrifying. You know what? I
think-
agree with you, Val. Like Hollywood needs to come up with original stuff. Look at some of the original stuff that Hollywood that has been coming out, like Smile,
Cobweb.
Barbarian, Cobweb.
Yeah.
Talk
I haven't
to
seen
me.
Cobweb.
Ooh.
I
It's my
enjoyed
favorite
it.
of the year so
I
far.
enjoyed it. Yeah,
Like it's my. I think it's a movie we will watch every year at Halloween.
I do too. It's very Halloweenish.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do it for Halloween extravaganza next month.
You'll
Yeah.
definitely feel a Halloween influence in the movie.
They have,
like
there's like a pumpkin,
pumpkin patch and-
Yeah, just
yeah,
the
it's-
feel of fall.
Yeah.
I love it.
yeah.
And he just thank you so much
Hey!
for going over there and
Thank
subscribing.
you.
Appreciate it. I considered Ghostbusters a horror film, even though that it's also a comedy.
Let me say this, Jason. I 100% think that Ghostbusters is a horror film. I think Ghostbusters 2 is a. Now, listen, if you took out the Saturday Night Live crew, with Bill Murray, with Dan Aykroyd, if you took those guys out and casted anybody else, I don't even think it would be a comedy. I think it would just be a straight
Right.
horror movie. But those guys had such good energy with each
Yeah.
other; they were able to
Mhm.
make it work as a comedy.
But there is scary.
The
parts,
librarian, get her!
Like, or
Like,
the part where that
shit.
like monster dog comes out of the.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or when she's on the couch and the hands are coming up out of the couch and grab her on the
Yeah.
chair. Like,
There's
yeah.
a lot of.
Mhm.
Oh,
Dude,
I loved Like, we
Malignant.
watched that
Thank you,
Uh,
Val.
3 times in a weekend.
Yeah. Hey, thank you, Val.
Hey, Joel.
Yeah. I agree.
And then they're
Yeah.
saying Malignant is good. I did not like that one.
Really?
Really? No, I really enjoyed
See,
Malignant.
to me, Malignant was like The Dark Half by Stephen King on crack.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
the Dark Half by Stephen King is one of, I think, his most underrated film adaptations. I don't think enough people give
Right.
that film the credit that it deserves.
Mhm.
But
I just didn't like it because it's just not my forte. That's the only reason why I didn't like it. But otherwise, that was pretty good. It's just not something I like to watch.
right, and that's what the great thing about being a horror fan is.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people. I like what I like, and that's okay too. If you like
Yeah.
what you like, and that's okay too.
If we all like the same thing, we wouldn't have anything to talk about. It would just be boring.
Exactly. That's why I tell people with movie friends, we can agree to disagree, and that's okay too.
Yeah.
Without arguing and getting into big fights.
And that's where I get really irritated. But even if I don't like a film, I'm not. Me and Ashley said a million times. There's plenty of films we don't like, but we hope people like them. I would never
Right.
want someone to make art that goes unnoticed.
Right.
That's terrible.
I'm married to a man that likes Friday the 13th over Halloween 1978.
Stop it.
So
Mhm.
I mean, that's
I love
hard.
Goosebumps too. I grew up watching that.
Yeah.
Viewer beware, you're in for a scare.
Yeah, we just did.
love Goosebumps.
What did we do? The Gateway.
Gateway Horror?
Yeah, that was on.
Yeah.
That was on mine.
Yeah, Goosebumps was fantastic.
Yeah, I agree. Dice. I agree with you.
Yes.
Yeah,
100%.
like who cares if they
Thank
like it
you.
and you don't?
Right.
If you
I mean, you can give your opinion on why you don't like it,
But
but
see-
you don't have to be a jerk about it.
I agree with Cal. Like, I
Mhm.
love to debate it with people, but
Right.
I'm not going to be a jerk. What makes me mad is when I'm like, yeah, I'm not a big fan of this movie, and someone's like, well, you're an effing idiot. Like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
Mhm.
No personal attacks because I don't like the film.
Right.
Yeah, I would never
Right.
attack somebody because of a film they liked or disliked. I would give my reason. We literally do a
Mhm.
segment called In Defense of,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
where we defend movies that people don't like and
Yeah.
why we think these movies should be given a
And
second
we
chance.
let people come on and do their defending of
Yeah.
the movies.
We've had people defend Halloween Ends, which Ashley and I weren't the biggest fans of when it came out. I've come around to it a lot.
Yeah, me
Um,
too. I couldn't talk about it for weeks after I watched it. I was so disappointed.
The only one was Ashley wasn't able to do Jason Goes to
See,
Hell
but
with
I
me.
wasn't a jerk about it. I was
I don't
just
like
like,
that one.
I got nothing
I
nice
have
to say about
good
it,
to
so I'm
say
not
about
going to
it.
join you.
Yeah.
I was like, that's fair. But we just
I don't
did-
like that one.
It's one of my favorites in that franchise.
No.
We just did
How's-
Halloween Resurrection.
We did.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Back in
love
Halloween
March,
Resurrection
I
is
think
pretty
that
good. I
was
like
our
that
the
one.
lowest Tomatoes
That had the lowest Rotten Tomato
that
score
we've
of
done
any
in
movie
any
we've
of
done so
them.
far.
Yeah.
I also like Halloween 3. Halloween, the 3 and Michael's not even in it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
See, I
used to hate it. I
love
hated
it.
it for a long time, but I've come around to Halloween.
I have a shirt that says Halloween 3 is a good movie.
I bought you that shirt.
Yeah, like I've always been a big fan of that movie. Like there's just I think it's the darkest one. Like like every kid is dying.
It is.
Yeah. I just was disappointed with it because I thought it was going to be another Michael movie,
Right.
and it wasn't.
Right.
Pat Master, we did an in defensive on that with our good friend Justin from Ryan 1988.
Mm-hmm.
Jason Takes Manhattan.
We did.
We did it. We defended that movie on there too. And the thing is, I'm not a fan of it.
I'm not either. But honestly, the things that he had to say, I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we do. You know, you go back and you rewatch it, like rewatch it with an open mind.
Yeah.
Just because you hated it as a kid doesn't mean you're going to hate it now. And I agree, guys.
Yeah.
I hate Dash Cam too.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one.
You don't want
to. And Cal's asking, do you like Goosebumps or are you Afraid of the Dark better?
Goosebumps.
Goosebumps.
I have to go with Goosebumps.
Unpopular
I mean, like,
opinion,
I like
but
them
I
both.
gotta go Goosebumps.
Me too.
I agree with you, Val. Yep.
Smile.
Oh yeah,
great.
Killer Book Club. Have you guys seen Killer Book Club?
No.
It's a Netflix. It's a Netflix original movie. And Craven just directed. Just had an interview with the director today. Go check that out. It's a slasher film. It's a whodunit film. It is so good. Go check it out.
Yeah, we'll check it out.
We will.
You're talking about original horror. My second favorite horror movie. I can never put anything above House. If House didn't exist, my favorite horror movie of all time is 2020's The Dark and the Wicked.
I haven't seen that.
It's on Shudder. I'm telling you, like this movie.
I don't have Shudder.
Oh, Katie, you gotta get Shudder. It's the best.
I wonder if they have a free trial going on.
Yeah, you know what? I might have a free download for it because we bought the Blu-ray. I might have a free download ticket that I can send you. Smile was my number 2 of 2022 with Barbarian being number 1.
Smile. That was so good.
I keep getting off track. But The Dark and the Wicked.
It's all good.
I've never had a movie scare me as an adult the way The Dark and the Wicked did. Like Ashley and I were watching this movie at like 1:00 in the afternoon. And I was like, hey, we can open the blinds in here, make it a little lighter. Like that movie scared me.
Right.
She told you not to come. Like it's one of those supernatural horrors always scared me. Like that's always been like my favorite type of horror is like supernatural. And that movie scared me. I can't recommend The Dark and the Wicked enough. It's my favorite movie that's not House in the horror genre.
Right. Hold on 1 second. Somebody's knocking at my door. Hold on.
Okay. Well, we'll take over here. So in the chat, what are some of your guys' favorite horror movies from the last 5 years? Let's make that caveat. From the last 5 years, what are some of your guys' favorite horror movies? What's your favorite horror movie the last 5 years, babe?
Last 5 years. I don't know. Black Phone. Did you say?
Yes, that's what I said. I said the Black Phone.
I love the Black
she
Phone.
loved the Black. I thought it was great. We actually just got to meet Madeline too. She was a sweet young lady.
Was a nice girl.
Trying to think of other movies from last year that we really liked. Barbarian was on there.
Yeah.
Smile, the Black Phone. Oh, there's another movie called Harbinger.
Oh yeah, that movie is like psychologically creepy.
Yes, and it's not the one with Madeline McGraw. There's another movie from 2022 called The Harbinger, and the writer-director, Andy Minton, got a hold of us. It was like, hey, I've got this movie, The Harbinger. I was wondering if you guys could check it out and let me know what you think. You don't have to review it if you don't want to. I would just like your opinion on it. And holy shit. Like, you want to talk about a movie that stays with you after you watch it?
Yeah.
Like,
well, just the message that it portrays, like, yeah, that it definitely messes with your mind.
The villain in the movie doesn't kill you. He erases you. So you never existed. And it's
so not even heavy. Your family and nobody remembers you. Like that's the scariest part.
Death to Metal.
I haven't seen that. Mm-mm. I like The Invisible Man. I like that new one, that new version of it.
I enjoyed that one too. That one had my nerves going the entire time.
Ashley took my son to see it in the theater, and I couldn't go. I was I can't remember what I was doing.
I think it was right after I had Kenley, and I wanted to have like
A date night with Kenny.
like a one-on-one with Kenny.
And I stayed home with the girls.
Mhm.
She went and watched The Invisible Man, and I was like, "Is it worth it?" And she was like,
Yes.
"Yes." So I ended up watching it when it.
Yeah, the whole time my anxiety was going.
We're also both big Universal Monster fans.
Mhm.
So-
Oh yeah, I love Universal Monster.
If The Harbinger is still on Tubi, I cannot recommend that enough. Like I
I
said,
have not seen that.
oh, it is so good.
Yeah.
So good. Saw 3 is my favorite. And funny enough, Saw 3 is my favorite. My second favorite is Saw 6 in that franchise. 3, then 6, then 1. I think those are my 3 favorites.
Mhm.
Jacob's Ladder is a terrifying movie.
Mhm.
Didn't like the remake, but I loved the OG. I thought the OG was fantastic.
I just like a movie.
Patrick's asking, "What about Hereditary?" He just texted me.
Patrick,
Hey, Carter.
he hates
He
that
hates
movie.
that movie.
Like, he hates that movie.
I
I
like
feel
that
like
movie. He hates it.
He just sneaks up into a live and he's
Right. Couldn't help but notice you guys talking about Tony Collette.
like,
I love that. I love Patrick. He's so dope.
He texted
You
me.
know
He goes,
that I love
he goes,
Tony
I'm not. He goes, I'm Caspering in the chat, and he's like, I'm just listening. And I said, okay, no problem. He goes, 40 minutes in and no Hereditary.
Yeah, baby. Go make it for me so I can watch
Patrick,
it,
we
okay?
love you.
We do love you, buddy. Yeah, Barbarian was
Larry.
crazy. I'm so bummed out that we have not gotten a physical release of Barbarian. Disney was like, we're not releasing it physically. And I'm like, what? How?
I liked Barbarian.
Oh, it
And the
was
new
really good.
Candyman. I finally got to see those last year as well.
Yeah, the Tim Robbins Jacob's Ladder.
yeah.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Fear. How you doing? Welcome. And if you guys haven't subbed to my channel, go ahead and do that and hit that thumbs up. Hey, Cody.
Please subscribe to the channel. My man Dan, Department of Fear, he just rebranded his YouTube. He was Filthy Dan's Reviews for a while. He just rebranded his Department of Fear after taking a little hiatus. I'm really excited to see what he has coming up for all of us.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go sub to him right now.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Dan, make sure you're subscribing to Katie Popping the Popcorn. The worst horror movie on a technical level that you love.
Oh, that you love?
Would the Bye Bye Man?
Yeah.
Stay Alive, the video game movie. I love that movie and it sucks. But I love that movie. There's something about it's like a comfort movie to me. I liked the Bye Bye Man. I liked Stay Alive.
Halloween Resurrection. Does that count?
Yeah, Halloween Resurrection. I like that one a lot.
Nobody likes that movie.
That's a good one. Those are 3 right off the top of my head. Maximum Overdrive, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I love that
I've
movie.
never seen that one. Craven keeps telling me I need to watch it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I was just talking about that earlier, Jason. The Dark Half is such an underrated Stephen. That to me was Malignant before Malignant was Malignant. I love The Dark Half. Who would win in the fight, Tree or Millie? I'm gonna go with Tree. I think Tree, with everything Millie's a badass. Don't get me wrong, and we both loved Freaky.
Yeah.
But there's just something about Tree. I think that there's something about her. She's amazing. She's amazing. Yes, I agree, ladies.
Why wouldn't
we are getting a physical release of Prey? They're doing a 4K.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I heard about that.
We will be getting that.
I liked it. I actually saw it when it came out on Hulu. That was really good.
We've talked about it before. The only thing, of course, Dan, love you to death, brother. The only thing that I don't like about Prey is the fact that we didn't get to see it on a big screen. That movie should have been theatrically released.
Honestly,
This guy.
What? Who excited?
And this lady.
Yeah, me.
We are very excited for that.
No, but
Me
Prey,
too.
I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
I thought that I wasn't going to like it because I'm not a big Predator fan. And I loved it.
I'm not either.
I love it. It was like my second favorite. Was that 2021?
Oh,
No,
Tusk? I do not like that movie. Nope. I watched that movie twice.
I think about that movie all the freaking time. It's funny.
I love Justin Long.
Yeah.
I just think
Justin Long is amazing.
in everything he does.
It makes me chuckle. Tusk just makes me chuckle.
The only movie I didn't like him in was when he was doing Herbie because it didn't look like he wanted to act in the Herbie loaded movie with Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah.
But I like Justin Long. I also like him and he's just not that into you. Have you guys seen that one?
Yeah, I love He's Just Not That Into You. See, it's funny because like I'm seriously a huge rom-com fan. Like huge. Like that's probably my second favorite genre of film is romantic comedies. Love them.
You know, that's also a book, right? Steve Harvey
No.
wrote the book.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Duh, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Mm-hmm.
But he's
Carter's saying he's new to your
hey,
channel and
thank
stuff.
you.
Carter is our good friend. He's friends with like Carrie and Val and I.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome,
Actually,
thank
Carter
you.
was actually in a movie. Carter is an actor. He was actually in a movie. It's on you can watch it on Amazon Prime. What was the name of the movie, Carter? Let me know in the chat.
Okay. Yeah, Prey was
Yeah,
awesome.
Justin Long. Yes.
Yeah.
I like his slapstick comedy too. Justin Long.
He was
slapstick.
great in Zack and Miri Make a Porno.
He's just
Yeah, he was.
He's funny.
We're ready. So ready for the Pet Sematary
Yeah,
prequel.
me too. Well,
too.
I'm worried, but I'm ready.
Yeah, he did.
I'm
Yeah.
not alone.
Dude,
No.
The Notebook is one of my favorite movies of all time.
The Notebook was really good. It was so well written. Hi, Cassie. If you guys haven't, go follow Tales Told in the Dark. Cassie's awesome. She does true crime on that channel.
Oh, nice.
And then she also has another channel called Oracles and Beyond. If you like oracles and stuff like that, she does oracle readings on that channel as well.
Cool.
Well, if anybody in the
summer I
chat
turned
wants,
off. I'm moving to directing and writing now, but got 30 minutes short film coming out early next year. Oh, that's awesome, Carter.
yeah,
That's cool.
2 of our movies are on Amazon Prime right now. The Bride of Killer Pinata, I'm in that one, and I actually was nominated for 3 awards for that movie for Best Kill.
Awesome.
So there's that. And then
I'll go check it out and I'll let you know how it is.
Yeah, and then Time's Up is another movie I'm in that's on Amazon Prime right now. But if anybody in the chat, I've had a bunch of the people in the chat. If you want to come on our channel, talk about your first horror movie, hit us up on Twitter or Instagram.
Oh
We'd
yeah,
love to have you on.
I still have to do that with you. I was in the middle of moving.
Yeah, we got to do it.
Yeah.
We would love to have you on.
Mm-hmm.
I'd never seen The Walking Dead. I only seen the first episode, and I turned off The Walking Dead because I thought it was boring. I watched the first episode, the first season, and I turned it off because I thought it was boring.
Really?
I was in until Carl died.
We were a diehard until Carl died. Like every Sunday we watched it.
Yeah, and then when they killed Carl, I was like, I'm out.
We're one of the OGs that started it.
Yeah.
And then Carter's saying not horror, but you mentioned The Notebook, which think of Ryan Gosling, which led me to Drive. Yeah, I love Drive. That's such a good Ryan Gosling movie. I also really like Ryan Gosling. I talked about it earlier. It's one of my guilty pleasure movies. It's called My Stupid Crazy Love, and
with him and Steve Carell.
Yeah,
love
and
it.
Where Ryan Gosling's kind of being a jerk to him.
Yeah.
I was saying I like the scene when they're in the mall and he goes, what kind of wallet do you have? And it's a Velcro wallet, and he smacks him with the wallet. Steve Carell.
Dude, that movie is sad though. Like when they're at the bar and he's like, I had Hannah when I was 18. I taught her how to ride a bike. Like that whole scene is he's like, I know too much. You're never gonna have my approval. Like that is one of the saddest scenes ever. I get it. That hit close to home for me.
Yeah.
No one is ever gonna be good enough for you.
Yeah.
And then Carter
Sledgehammer Horror on Twitter, Instagram. We'd love to have you on to talk about your first horror movie. It'd be a blast. We love it.
I'll check out that flick. Your flick. Thank you.
I will
Larry.
say this. I have to add this caveat. Yes, that is us, Sledgehammer Horror.
Thank you,
Bride of Killer Pinata.
In the Bride of Killer Pinata.
Don't watch it with your kids.
Do not watch it with your kids. My kill scene has nudity, male nudity. So pre-watch it before you watch it with your kids. That's just something. We have young girls in this house, so it's something my daughters have not seen the full scene. They've seen half of the scene where I died. They have not seen the full scene, because I just don't think that's something that I want my daughters to see with me yet. So pre-watch it with your kids before, or pre-watch it without your kids before you make the decision to let your kids watch it or not, because there is
Never Back Down is really good. And then the vampire movie Bella and Twilight. Hey, I like Twilight. Most people don't like Twilight, but I actually like Twilight.
I'd have
So
to
don't
go and
come
give
for
it a
me.
revisit because I haven't seen it in so many years. Like I'd have to
I
go
read
back
all
and
the
revisit.
books.
Yeah.
I read all the books. All the books were really, really good if you guys like to read. The books were better than the movies, but the Kristen Stewart, what did it for me was Kristen Stewart, she had like the face in like all the movies, so the same like face. So to me that's but I still watched them though.
Yeah.
It's funny because those
Notebook,
movies are
directed
still
by-
haunting. What's his name? Robert Pattinson. That
Yeah.
guy is such a good actor, and people are still like, "Oh,
I
the
love
Twilight guy." Like,
Robert
no,
Pattinson.
not the Twilight guy. He's done the Lighthouse, the Batman. Like that guy's done so many good things, and he's so good. Like, stop talking about what he did as a young adult. Like, he's done so many amazing things since then.
He has. There's this movie that I have of his that my friend Wes sent me for physical media. It's some it's a British movie, but it has him in it, and it's an indie film, and I haven't watched it yet, but I heard that one's really good. I can't think of the name of the movie at the moment, but he's in it. Starts with the C. Yeah. Fighting with Channing Tatum is good too. Yep.
I just real quick want to say I think 2018 Michael would be Rob Zombie. You know what? I'm gonna say Rob Zombie's Michael. Hey, have a good night, Carter. Hit us up on Instagram or Twitter. We'd love to have you as a guest on My First Horror Movie. Yeah, 9/11. That's a good movie. Remember Me.
Yeah, Remember Me.
But what were we talking
about?
about?
That movie I watched late at night, and I was like crying. My mother-in-law came in here and she goes, "Why are you crying?" And I said, "I just watched a sad movie."
Yeah. The saddest 9/11 movie I think I've ever seen was Rain Over Me with Adam Sandler.
Oh yeah, that was a really good one with Adam Sandler.
Yeah. That was the movie where I was like, wow, Adam Sandler's a fucking actor.
Sleepless in Seattle, and the list goes. Yep, I like all those too. I just watched. Have you guys seen Adam Sandler's new movie? It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix original. It's called You're So Not Invited to My Bar Mitzvah. That's really good. It has Zena Menzel plays his wife in the movie. It's really good, and then his two daughters are actually in the movie, and his wife's in the movie as well.
Oh, that's awesome!
Yeah, that's cool.
It's cute. It's the kids could watch it too. It's it's adult, but the kids could watch it. It's not like anything bad in there.
What's that Halloween movie that he made?
Hubie Halloween,
I love that.
Loved it.
It was so good.
Me too. One of my guilty pleasures is such a dumb film.
I
like that one too. I like that one too.
Nice.
And then Val saying hi, Mini Sledge.
You say hi, Val.
You say hi?
All right, go play.
Has anyone seen Rob Zombie's brother Spider-Man 1? I have not seen that.
Spider-1 movies, Bury the Bride. Yes. Spider-1, he was in the band. We just interviewed Spider-1 and his wife about Bury the Bride and their first tour movies. Power Man 5000 was the band. But yeah, it was Bury the Bride was a fun movie. And they're doing another movie now too. Spider-1 and Christy are doing another movie here soon. They just casted Felissa Rose, James from Dead Meat, actually. Power Man 5000. And there was another Barbara Crampton is in it too. But yeah, Bury the Bride. It's on Tubi.
I'll have to check it out. I never seen
it. Crazy twist to that movie. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun watching Bury the Bride.
But you know who owns Tubi, right? Disney. Disney owns everything.
Yeah.
It just the only thing that it doesn't bother me that Disney owns everything. What bothers me is the fact that they won't release anything on physical media. Right. That really bothers me.
They because Fox owns Tubi, so I was looking for different movies, movie companies that I could reach out to watch their movies, and I was doing a deep dive, and Fox actually owned Tubi, but now Disney owns Fox, so now technically Disney owns it.
Yeah.
Disney is the Amazon of services.
Have y'all seen Clay Zombies? You know Jake, right?
Yeah.
I can't wait for his new short to come out. He's doing Clay Zombies Christmas.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I just had him on the channel 4 weeks ago. I had him on the channel. He's a good friend.
Yeah.
I love Jake. So yeah, he'll be having that out. Let's see. Really enjoyed Cobweb. I haven't seen that.
One of our favorites. Yeah, check it out, Cody.
Yeah.
It's one of our favorites of the year. I will say it has a wonky ass third act.
And yeah.
And
I personally I'm not gonna spoil it.
If they would have went into a different direction, I think we would have liked it more. But
there's a much more common sense direction they could have gone in.
The direction they went in just it made it.
Talk to Me is very good too. So
yeah.
Yeah.
No problem, Dan.
Yeah,
no problem at all.
Oh, hey, Dr.
Thank
Sledge
you for stopping by, though. Talk to Me is
very, very good. Very well done.
I haven't seen it.
Scary. But like I said, Cobweb is probably, as of right now, I think Cobweb is probably my favorite of the year. Where's our list at? Because we're gonna be talking about this in a couple weeks. So I made a list. Knock at the Cabin. I like to Knock at the Cabin a lot.
Val said she has yet to see Talk to Me as well.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen? Are you guys ready for Saw 10?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And the Boogeyman is another one I really like.
I've only seen the first. I've only seen the first 4 Saws, but I'm not really a huge Saw person, so
yeah.
For me, 3 and 6. Those are my 2 favorites. I love 3 and I love 6.
And I still haven't even seen Spiral with Chris Rock in it. I still haven't even seen that.
I didn't like it when we first seen it because I predicted the ending pretty early in the film.
Which is, if you can predict what's going on in a Saw type of film, that really sucks.
It bums you out.
Yeah.
But
because that's like the twist is like the best part of it.
And I called it pretty early.
You did, yeah.
And but then I went back and rewatched it after I knew that was what was going to happen, and I wasn't trying to pick everything apart. I had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
You know, I think
what's your opinion on Evil Dead Rise?
Right in the middle of the franchise.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I liked it a lot.
Gory.
I did too.
I liked the callbacks it had to the earlier films, but I like how it existed in its own universe.
Me too.
I would like to see the Evil Dead 2013 and Evil Dead Rise. I would love to see those merge in a new movie.
Yeah.
You know, like I would love to see those two come together. I think that would be great. My Evil Dead ranking from favorite to least favorite goes Evil Dead 2, Evil Dead 2013.
Wait, Evil Dead 2
is my favorite.
Oh, I thought you were going from least favorite. I was
favorite
like, I thought
to least
that was your
favorite. It is my favorite. Evil Dead 2, Evil Dead 2013, Evil Dead Rise, Army of Darkness, the OG Evil Dead. And again, that's nothing against the Evil Dead. My favorite horror franchise of all time is Child's Play. My second favorite is Evil Dead. So all those movies to me are amazing. I just think that the Evil Dead, the OG, is just my least favorite of the bunch.
Yeah.
Right. I thought Evil Dead Rise was pretty good. I put it in the middle of the franchise as well.
It's like I said, I had a lot of fun with it. The acting was great. Some genuine scares. I love the idea of the 3 books. I think that's because in the real lore of the Necronomicon, it is in volumes. There's different volumes of the Necronomicon.
Yeah.
So I think it could really be Ash from the OG Evil Deads. He found his version of the Necronomicon. Jane Levy's character, she found her version of the Necronomicon. And in the newer film, they found, they could all take place in the same universe with all different Necronomicons. So I don't know.
I just didn't like Sam Raimi's version of Doctor Strange. I just did not care for that.
I've heard a lot of mixed about that. And Cody, I'm going to be really bummed out if Adam shows up in the new Saw movie. That will be such a stupid thing to happen. He's dead.
Oh yeah.
You see his body in the bathroom. Oh, he's on a different leg. It's a different. No, it's Adam. He's dead. Stop it. He's just as dead as Stu.
Oh, no, gosh.
Yeah, I agree. I know you're not on the Stu train.
Oh gosh, I love Evil Dead 2013. I almost like Evil Dead 2013. That's almost my favorite in the franchise. I love that movie.
It's so good.
Our friend Lou Taylor Pucci kills it in that movie.
He's
so adorable. I love him to death. He's just a sweetheart.
He's cute.
Yeah. I know. Don't let
Craven
Craven
hear
hit.
you say
I
that.
said that on purpose. Look, Craven is
Steven's
a very,
good.
very genuine good friend of mine. And we
Yeah.
talked earlier about how it's okay to have different opinions and have fun with each other. Me and Craven poke at each other all the time about the stew train. And it's just, like I said, I love him. I love that human being. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
So I just, anytime I get the chance to poke fun with him, I do it, but he knows it's in fun. You know, he knows that I love him. Ashely loves him. He's a person we genuinely care about. So
we all love Craven. We all love Steven.
Yeah.
So.
He is just, he's one of those people that every time.
I love his face on watch parties because it is so funny, especially watching Reanimator or when we watched Frankenhooker. Oh my god, the look on his face.
Yes, that's so fun.
So funny. It was so funny.
I can't argue with you.
Yeah,
it's right there for me.
Game Squad 2 is coming out. I didn't know that they were coming out with.
Yeah, Squid Game Season 2. Is it not horror?
I don't know why I always call it Squad Game. I always call it Squad.
I mean, I kind of think it's horror. The Quick and the Dead is great. Darkman. I think Darkman is a great Sam Raimi film that doesn't get talked about enough.
I've not seen that.
Oh, it's so fun. Yeah, Craven is the man.
Quick and the Dead. I haven't seen that one either.
You okay?
I have to watch that.
Yeah, Western movie.
I don't like Westerns, so that's probably why I don't watch it. That's one genre I don't watch is Westerns.
Right.
Craven is a brother. Yep. They did. Oh, I didn't know that they did one. I have to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Darkman is good. Okay, yeah, I'll check it out.
Love Darkman.
There's still, like I tell people are like, why haven't you watched some of these films? And I said, there's so many films to watch, so little time. How much time in the day? I work 8 hours a day, so like I'm only off 2 days a week, so it's kind of like.
And what people don't, and like, I'm not trying to talk down on anybody. That's never, ever what I would do. That's not my character. But like, 'cause I get asked the same question. Like, how have you not seen this? Like, right now, like, especially like from July to November is jam packed for horror films.
Right.
And I love Rubber, by the way.
I do too.
Love that movie.
I do too. And I also like Tack of the Killer Donuts. Tack of the Killer Donuts.
You might really like The Bride of the Killer Piñata then, because it's really in that universe. You know, it's literally about a killer piñata, and it's amazing. I had so much fun on set.
People are like, yeah. People ask me all the time, how do you not watch all these movies? And I was like, they're like, you're a movie reviewer channel. Like some people ask me in my personal life, and I'll be like, oh, it's because I work 8 hours a day, right? By the time I get home at like 5, 6 in the evening. Take a shower, eat something. By then it's 9, 10 o'clock at night. I only have time to watch one movie, if even that, or half of a movie.
See, and I get it because I work 60 hours a week. Ashley's a respiratory therapist. We work different shifts. You know, she works third shift. I work first shift. We have 3 kids, one of which is an athlete. He plays football. He's a sophomore that plays football for varsity here in our town, which is amazing because our town is a notorious Hudson, Michigan. Look at all the state titles they've won in football. You know, and I still do 7 to 8, between 7 and 12 episodes of My First Horror Movie a week, on top of Ashley doing movie reviews, on top of us doing Didn't See That Coming, in defense of live episodes. There's never a spare minute in the day for us to just sit around and watch a movie for fun, you know?
Yep.
Also, what people don't know about me, I'm a huge fan of Futurama.
Oh, nice. I love Futurama.
And they just have the new episodes that are coming out on Hulu. So we've been trying to keep up with the Hulu Futurama, Hulu-rama. And I think it's brilliant. I love it. I think it's so funny.
Patrick's
trying to find time in the day to watch stuff for fun and not to, you know, for reviewing or critiquing or, you know, it is. It's hard to find the time to do it all and still be a dad. That's the most important thing in my life.
Right.
Being a dad, being a husband. Those are the 2 things for me that, you know, mean more to me than anything. Ashley and I, for the people that don't know us, we got married in high school. You know, Ashley and I have been together 18 years. So to be able to do this with my partner is just like, it takes the stress away. Somebody I trust, somebody that means the world to me, that I know if there's days
Mhm.
where I'm down and I can't really do much, she can pick me up and we can always be the team.
Right.
And, like it's just she's the best. Thank you. Yeah.
Patrick's asking, what is your favorite Hallmark Channel movie?
The Red Shoes.
That's what he literally told me to ask you.
Did you hear that, babe? Patrick asked me what my favorite Hallmark movie channel is. I said The Red Shoes.
Oh gosh.
Val's into Futurama too.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
we're
am
talking
too.
about the Futurama, Hulu-rama. I
Yeah.
love Hulu-rama.
Me too. I can't wait for the new series to come out. It looks really good.
They've had a couple episodes. It's funny. Ash and I have been laughing pretty hard at these new ones.
What we're like 5
6 of them
episodes
in.
Yeah.
Yeah, not enough
Yep.
time. I get it.
Mm-hmm. Like every
I did.
weeks or-
I was like, it's Monday. But and another thing, like double feature podcasts, like Mika and
Mhm.
Kira. We took our daughters to Salem and we got to meet up with Mika and Kira in person. And like those are the things that's like the money, the subscribers,
Mhm.
that's all cool. The best thing about Sledgehammer Horror is getting to meet everybody.
Yes.
When
I
we
would
got
love to meet you guys. You
Oh,
guys
it
you
would
guys
be
would be
amazing.
you guys would be like celebrities to me. Like
You
Until
just-
Night and Craven, if I ever met them, you guys would be celebrities to me. But I'm a hugger, so I'll be like, come here, give me a hug.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, absolutely.
I'm the biggest. I'll hug you for 2 hours. I'm the biggest hugger in the world. I didn't have a dad, so physical touch
Right.
is important to me. But yeah, we would love to meet you. And my best friend lives in Florida, so we'll be making a trip down there. Our
Yeah, if
best
you guys
friend
ever
lives
come
in Florida.
down to Disney with the kids or Universal or something, come.
That's
we
the
can
best thing
hang
about
out.
Sledgehammer Horror is all the friends we've made and getting to meet them in person. And like, my daughter is now very good friends with Amy Donald, who played Megan in the movie Megan.
Mhm.
And my daughter and her are just like good friends now. We took her out to lunch a couple weeks ago, and
That's awesome.
her mom is phenomenal. She's like,
Mhm.
she's the type of mom that children celebrities should have. I'm not gonna say her name
Right.
just out of privacy respect, but she is just like, we got to take Amy and her out to lunch, and our daughters got to play, and then Amy and my daughter exchange phone numbers and they text each other, and it's just like that. Those are the things to me that are the most special. The friends we make and the
Yes.
friends that my kids get to make. Aw, thanks guys.
They
Can't wait to
they
see you
are.
again.
And
They
Ken's
Yeah,
always
that's
rooting. People don't know. I message Ken and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna do this for my channel, and he's always rooting for me.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think that like once you do something like this, it really does become a family. Like we're pulling for each other. Like I want you to succeed just like you want me to succeed.
Mhm.
Katie will send me things like, hey, check out this video. What do you think of it? And I can tell, like, I think you should maybe try this, or maybe you should do this. Like we're there for each other. We're a family. Like that's what this horror community is. Like, and I'm like that with a lot. I have people that I send stuff to, like, yo, what do you think of this? What can I get your opinion on this? And that's what it is like being able to meet everybody and become such good friends with all these amazing people. Like, what, baby? Beautiful. Did you brush your
She's
teeth?
so cute.
Ooh, there you go.
She's so cute with her little
Ooh,
curls.
your breath smells good. So yeah, it's just one of those things where and like today, I got to meet one of my idols today. What, baby?
Can I smell your breath?
You don't want to smell my breath. Daddy's been drinking Dr. Pepper. See?
Hi, Sean.
Um,
Welcome.
Catherine Mary Stewart from
Mhm.
Weekend at Bernie's, from Night of the Comet. I got to have
Mhm.
her on my first horror movie today. And so to meet somebody that I grew up idolizing, like those are the things for me that just like you can't buy that feeling.
Right.
That's what's so special to me. Hey,
Mhm.
thank
Thanks,
you,
Jason.
Jason. That means a lot. Thank you so much.
And guys, go subscribe to
Aw.
them. They're awesome.
Thank you, Val.
Yeah. We have a good night, Larry. Thank you
Bye.
for
Good night, buddy.
coming on and hanging out with us. It's always a fun time when you can hang out with your friends and just chill,
Absolutely.
not have to worry about anything, and we could talk about all kinds of movies.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we haven't asked you any questions, Katie. Let's ask you some questions. What's
Sure.
your favorite horror movie of the year so far?
I haven't really watched any horror movies so far from the year, just because I haven't been able to get to the movie theater, even though that I work next to a movie theater. But I did end up watching the Scream movie, and I thought that was pretty good. That was the only horror movie that I have seen in the movie theater and watched.
Okay.
Because some of my friends got together and got me a movie ticket so I could go see it because everybody was talking about it. And I said I won't be able to see it until it comes on streaming, and so they got together and got me the movie ticket so I could go see it.
Oh, that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
that's the
hopefully,
only horror movie that I got to see this year,
if you get
other
the chance,
than Guardians of the Galaxy 3 in the
Oh,
movie
yeah.
theater, and then I also saw the new Ninja Turtles movie in the movie theater.
how was the new Ninja Turtles?
I really liked it. It's very different from the original like 90s and the 80s ones.
Mhm.
Seth Rogen wrote the movie.
Well, Seth Rogen is a producer on Cobweb.
Yeah.
So he wrote the story and he produced the movie. There is no, I can tell you, there's no Shredder in the movie, which I was disappointed about, but that's okay. But they had all the other fun characters and stuff like that, and it was really cool. It's like a claymation movie.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. We loved Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Mhm.
We're big Guardians of the Galaxy.
I was so excited for Guardians of the
Yeah.
Galaxy 3.
Yeah,
Me
I
too.
cried.
Mm-hmm.
I cried.
I liked getting Rocket's backstory because I never knew what his backstory was, and I thought that was really
know.
interesting.
Rocket's backstory made me cry.
It was sad.
It made me cry too.
Yeah.
Every one of the Guardians movies has made me cry.
Yeah, for different
The first
They
one with his
killed off
mom.
my favorite. They killed off one of my favorite characters. They killed off Yondu in the second one. I was so mad.
Yeah.
That part with Yondu made me cry. When he put the thing on and he's
Me
like,
too.
he may have been your father, but he wasn't your daddy.
Yeah.
Like that part made me,
Mhm.
oh my God, that was so sad. And then
But I'll say,
when he
what
gets
advice would you give someone starting out on YouTube?
the biggest piece of advice that I can give someone that's starting out on YouTube, do it for fun.
Yeah.
Do
Mhm.
not go into YouTube like, I'm going to start a channel. I'm going to make a bunch of money. I'm going to quit my job. Don't do that because you're
Yeah.
going to YouTube. You have way more failures than you do successes.
And also just
Mhm.
you have to be graceful with yourself.
Mhm.
Like Ken has already said, like I'm my worst critic, and sometimes you want things to be perfect, and sometimes just the natural flow of things is better than it being perfection. Just
Right.
like give yourself grace, and you'll get better as you go.
It's just like anything else. You don't pick up a bicycle for the first time and then jump on a motorcycle 2
Right.
minutes later. It takes a lot of practice. It takes a lot. You're going to get frustrated a lot. There's plenty of times where Ash and I take a pause. We'll be doing a didn't see that coming, and you know what? We got to pause.
Yeah, if
We'll
we
come
don't
back.
have
Let's go
the
clear our
flow
head.
that we need, then we need to pause this because we're not having fun. This feels like a job, and it shouldn't.
Right. So just go into it, have fun. If you start to make money and the subscribers start to build quicker than you thought, because that's nothing. You're like, I'm going to make this awesome video, and people are just going to come subscribe to my stuff. Like, it takes a lot of work.
Yeah, and sometimes it can feel discouraging, like I haven't gotten a subscriber in a couple of days, and then you feel discouraged, but it all just takes time.
Right. And find something that you're very passionate about.
That you love
whether
to
it's
talk about.
movie reviews or doing sports stuff, doing DIY videos, like whatever you find something that you're 100% willing to sacrifice for, because there's a lot of you put a lot of time and effort into these, but just find your niche and go with it. Like, again, I don't think anybody should go into YouTube trying to make money.
Right.
The best part about YouTube to me is you, Katie, is you, Val, is you, Mika and Kira, is you, Russell, the friends that I've made, Jason, Nathan from that was on here earlier. He's like a little brother to us now.
Yeah.
Like he calls us when he needs advice. Like he's genuinely like our little brother.
Right.
The best part about my biggest advice, find your niche.
Have fun.
Make
some awesome friends.
Don't get discouraged because it takes a while to build it, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
You're going to make some amazing friends. You're going to find people that have the same, desires and wants and, hobbies as you. That's the best advice I can give. And be yourself. Don't go into this like, hey, I'm going to do exactly what this person does, but do it my own way. just be yourself. People can see if you're genuine or not.
Right.
Come out, be your
Mhm.
own genuine self. And I've had people
Right.
ask me like, hey, do you care if I do my first horror movie? And I'm like, I didn't create this. Like I've heard other people talking about their first horror movie before. The only thing I've ever asked people that have done that is, one, please don't use the title My First Horror Movie, because that's the title that I have. And two, like, just don't like copy the flow of the episode. Like, if you want to, I can't tell people you can't talk to other people about their first horror movie.
Right.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. And it's just
Mhm.
selfish and immature on my part. But just don't bite my shit. Like, be original with your content. That's all I ask.
Right. And I think everybody should be their authentic self, because that's what makes you unique, and that's what
Yeah.
makes you you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I hope that was a good enough answer, Val.
I'm sure it was. That was a great answer. You guys have any more questions you guys want to ask me? You guys can ask me some if you want.
Well, how about this? We know that you're popping the popcorn, but what's your favorite genre of film?
My favorite genre of film is I like sci-fi and I like comedies. But I'm also a huge Disney fan, so Disney movies. That's my specialty, because I could tell you anything you would want to know about Disney parks, Disney movies, just because that's what I grew up on.
Yeah.
But I just don't have a Disney channel, because Disney, a lot of people don't know this. I'm in a lot of Disney groups. I'm a moderator in a lot of them and stuff like that. But Disney fans are very, very toxic. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
They're more toxic than like horror fans or movie fans. So I just don't go into that genre. That's why I don't go into it.
Yeah.
Well, let's have a little fun before me and Ashley got to go. Let's do a guessing game. Let's see, Katie, if you can guess what Ashley and I's, it's not the same, what Ashley and I's favorite Disney Pixar movie would be. Let's start with Ashley. What do you think Ashley's favorite Disney movie is?
Pixar?
Pixar?
I would have to go with
Disney or Pixar.
Oh, I thought you said Pixar.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
So
mine's I don't know, is mine Disney or Pixar?
Yours is Pixar.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Mine's not.
Okay, what's Ashley's favorite Disney movie? How about that?
Okay. I'm gonna say it's Brave.
Hocus Pocus.
Oh, I love Hocus Pocus too.
It's my favorite. Yours is Pixar.
No, it's Disney.
Oh. It's not Disney Pixar?
Yeah, mine is Disney Pixar.
I know it.
Yep,
I know exactly what yours
mine is Disney Pixar.
Okay. I'm gonna say Toy Story for you.
Nope. And
what is it?
Nobody in the chat. I just want to see if anybody in the chat can guess it. Mika and Kira, you're not allowed to guess. Anybody else can guess. I want to see. I just want to see. It's from 2017. I'll give you that. I believe it was 2017. Let me make sure.
Is it Up?
It is not Up. It is from 2017. It is a Disney Pixar movie from 2017. It's my favorite movie of any Disney Pixar movie out there.
Cars?
Nope. I'll give you one more and then I'll tell you.
Let's see.
And one more hint. It's a musical. Would you say it's a musical?
Is it Moana?
Nope.
Well, that's not Pixar. That's regular Disney.
Coco.
Oh, I love Coco too.
It's my favorite. Remember me. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You want to talk about a movie that made me cry? The whole third act of that movie, I was weeping. Like I was crying the whole third act of Coco. Coco. Yes, Coco. I love Coco. Like it was so good. Like
I'm gonna be reviewing that for. I'm gonna be reviewing that for Halloween Extravaganza because it's part of the Day of the Dead. So
I can't wait.
Nice.
A lot of people don't know this. My mom worked 2 jobs growing up, and I like the video store and doing all that. And I was pretty much raised by my aunt and uncle when I wasn't with my parents, and my uncle is Hispanic. So I have a lot of Hispanic background that I'm very, very proud of. And that's that movie was so special to me, watching them, like the accuracy of the ofrenda and like even the things they had on the ofrenda, like everything was just so perfect. Like
it's my Tinkerbell.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
I have mine.
Yeah. See her let's see. Her Hocus Pocus.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. I'm
Did you
obsessed.
like the second one?
I enjoyed the second one, but I went into it knowing that it wasn't going to be the first one.
Right.
So I think that's why I enjoyed it.
Well,
Mhm.
It was nostalgic for me.
Ashley and I's anniversary is October 20th. So when
Mhm.
Hocus Pocus 2 came out, it was kind of like a mix between our anniversary and Halloween. I took her to Salem,
Yeah,
and we watched Hocus Pocus in Salem.
with our girls, and it was
Oh,
amazing.
that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
my
I'll always have
favorite
that.
my favorite Disney movie of all time is Beauty and the Beast because my personality is a lot like Belle's personality.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I find
Mhm.
what I find is beauty within. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter what
Yeah.
you sound like. And that's what I find with people is the beauty's within. So that's why it's my favorite. But my favorite Pixar is Toy Story.
Okay.
Nice. I love Toy Story.
Yeah. Well, Beauty and the
Beauty
Beast.
and the
Yeah,
Beast.
Beauty and the Beast was my favorite for a very long time.
It was until
Up until Coco.
Yeah.
I would have said Beauty and the Beast. Like I love Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah,
Love that movie.
I Hocus Pocus will always be my number one, but Aladdin. I
Yeah.
was obsessed with
love
Aladdin
Aladdin.
when I was a kid.
We still have the Aladdin VHS.
We do.
Like we still have
We
that.
I
have
do
we
too.
have
I still
the
have
Hocus
it. I
Pocus
still have the
We have
Little
Hocus
Mermaid
Pocus
one.
VHS too.
and
I have the Little Mermaid VHS that nobody has anymore because you're not because it's bad. You're not supposed to have that
the
VHS.
castle.
Yeah. Nice.
I have that
My
one.
sister had that poster. As a kid, I'm dead serious. As a kid, I always look at that like, there's no way that's an accident. Like even as a kid, I was like, there, come on. Like that's plain as day.
I had a little.
All right, guys. Ken and Ashley have to get out of here, but thank you guys so much for coming on. And everybody in the chat, go follow Ken and Ashley. They were amazing. That's a great list.
That is a good one.
Yeah.
And guys, go subscribe to Sledgehammer Horror. Do you guys have anything going on your channel this week?
A week from tonight, we'll be live doing our favorite horror movies of 2023 so far and the most anticipated of the rest coming up. Tomorrow, our My First Horror Movie comes out with Sam Tonell of she's a writer, Madame Macabre. And then on Wednesday, our My First Horror Movie with Christy and AJ of the podcast In Love with Horror. And Friday, our My First Horror Movie with Larry Reed of Your Move Creep podcast. And Saturday, our exclusive interview with Vin DeSanti, the creator of Never Hike Alone and Never Hike in the Snow, doing an interview about the upcoming Never Hike Alone 2 Friday the 13th fan film. So this one has a bigger scope than Never Hike Alone and Never Hike in the Snow. And Vin gives a lot of backstory about the creation of Never Hike Alone 2 and some of the trials and tribulations that came along with making such a much bigger project than Never Hike Alone and Never Hike in the Snow. So we're bringing Vin back on the channel. He's the writer, director, and the Jason Voorhees of the film. So it was really an honor to work with him. So that'll come out next Saturday.
That's awesome. And then I have another Creators Corner tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Zach Attacks Reviews will be on. And then I will also have my live action of The Little Mermaid review coming out. And then I might not do Sci-Fi Sunday this week just because I've had 2 shows this week. So that's probably, so I'm just going to take a break and relax the rest
Mental
of the
health,
evening.
very important to recharge your batteries.
Absolutely.
So thank you all for stopping by, and I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I love you all. Bye, everybody.